Today, I had lunch at the South African Embassy. A few years ago, if the South African ambassador had invited me to his embassy, I would have strangled him to death. But today, I can walk into his embassy, sit down, and enjoy his meal. What is the reason for that? There are many people who will ask why I have done that. Way back in 1986, the African National Congress decided to start an initiative of getting the government and the ANC to sit down to discuss a peaceful resolution of our problems. But the African National Congress has produced very far-seeing individuals, and they were always concerned with the fact that we are not addressing our problems by peaceful methods. We persuaded the government under great difficulties because they were faced with a problem where they had fought every election amongst whites, of course, because up to now, only whites in our country can vote. Now, they had said in all these elections, they would never talk to the African National Congress because that was, according to them, a terrorist organization. Now, when we approached them, they were faced with the question of losing face. And it was not easy to get them to sit down with us and to address our problems in a peaceful manner. One of the most difficult things in society, in life, is to be able to change existing attitudes of men and women. Let us now shift from a resistance movement to an organization that is addressing the problems of the people. Because in the next government, we are likely to be the people who are faced with the responsibility of addressing and solving these social problems. Our economy is on the verge of collapse. And because of these social problems, it has become necessary for us to shift from being purely a resistance movement to an organization which is upfront in addressing the social problems of the country. We have made very impressive advances. The release of political prisoners, the return of exiles, the repeal of repressive laws, and now we have had two breakthroughs. An agreement to establish the Transitional Executive Council, which is going to take some functions of government, although the white parliament is still going to remain the parliament of the country. But already the masses of the people are creating institutions of democracy which are beginning to exercise political power. We have this Transitional Executive Council, which is going to prepare for the forthcoming elections. And above all, we have set the 27th of April next year as the date when we are going to have elections for the whole country, for all the people of South Africa. For the first time, the people of South Africa are going to elect a government of their own choice. In this situation, it is our duty to mobilize all South Africans, black and white, to move forward with us. We are saying, let us forget the mistakes of the past. Let us work together in order to build a new South Africa. And that is why today I walk into the South African embassy to, in response to his invitation to lunch. It has settled very well in my stomach. We have therefore lifted sanctions precisely because we have made these advances. The question of education in South Africa leaves much to be desired. And it is in this regard that UNESCO can play a leading and even decisive role. What I have asked the Secretary General is whether UNESCO is thinking of opening an office in South Africa, because only in that way can we together try and work out an overall plan to address problems in regard to education, science, and culture. And we're looking forward to the establishment of that office. Thank you.